We are live, woo, from Sandestin, Florida, PJ from Alexandria, Virginia, Christine from Livingston, Texas, Beverly Baker from Jackson, Tennessee, Darcy from Churchton, Maryland, and one of our hostesses with the mostesses tonight, Lisa Caltabiano from Lothian, Maryland. Woo! We are so excited to welcome you all. We're going to get started right away. We didn't lose anybody yet, did we? Good, good, good. There's Gwen. She's back. Sharon's back. We're going to start with a little bit of how brave are you feeling? Are you feeling brave? Sharon. Sharon,
Sure.
Go girl. You go, girl. You got it. You got it going on. We are having so much fun tonight. We just want so much for everybody. And so these confident and disciplined and brave and active and bold, we're just going to talk about that tonight. We've got great teachings tonight. Betty's here from California. Landis is here from Florida. Woo, great to see you all. Thank you. All right, so we're just going to start with doing a little bit of recognition. And I think one of the things that I wanted to do was to recognize all of y'all who have had sales this week. Everybody, hi Pam, everybody who's had sales this week. If you sold anything this week, wave and shout, wave and shout. Woo! Okay, we got everybody. Looks like we have everybody. Fabulous. If you sold 100 or more, remain standing. 100 or more. Yes, Mary Nims, those affirmations are working, right? Landis Collins. Who else? Karen, you did, right? Karen Coldry?
No, I did not.
You did too. You had a whole bunch of orders in PCP, didn't you? Yeah. Every time I look, you've done another order. Oh.
I'm getting ready for this week. I've already had $400 in orders this week, but last week.
Okay.
No.
I see what you mean.
No,
Okay. All right, so we've got Mary and we have Melody and we have Tammy. Who else? If you have 200 or more, remain standing. Woo! Are you stream living? Lisa, you're streaming live.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in my group.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, 300 or more remain standing. 300 or more. Mary! Woo-hoo! Anybody else? Am I missing anybody else? No, 400 or more. 400 or more, Mary? Nope. Do we have a queen in the house tonight?
Mary, what were your sales?
330.
Mary was 330. Was anybody higher?
All I see is Allison's kitchen. I don't see her. Allison, did you have more? There's Katrina. Hello, babe. Okay, Allison said no. Katrina.
Uh-oh, everybody froze.
Okay, we also had somebody else was waving. Marcy and Landis. Landis, we've lost her. She's hiding over there. Landis, did you have any? Did you have sales more than 300? No? How about Katrina? Did you have sales over 300?
No, I don't.
We have a queen. We have a queen, Mary Mims.
Yay, Mary.
Here we go. Here's your crown, Miss Mary. Woo! Wear it with pride. What did you do this week, girl?
I actually had imagine this, an appointment. I did a face virtually, and she was a customer. She reordered her skincare set. At the time, I 3 days because she had stopped using it for a while. But then I got her onto the Clear Proof, and then I had a couple other just reorders.
Good, fabulous.
The clinical solution. Sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's the $300 weeks that get you to star. That's exactly what it is, because there's 12 weeks in the quarter, and so 300 times that is $3,600, $1,800 for you, and $1,800 to order, right? So that's fabulous. Congratulations. And do you feel like, Mary, that this has helped at all with your confidence?
No, definitely. It just gave me, I think, a stronger focus. I think saying my affirmations, and just, like I said, I don't think I would do it. It gave me focus.
Good, good. That's awesome. Well, I feel like it's made a difference for me. I really feel like it's made the directors were talking about that. We all feel a lot more confident in what we're doing. So congratulations. How about interviews? Anybody have a new team member this week? Anybody have a new team member? One? Any interviews? One or more? Two or more? Three or more? Sharon was our queen last week. No. Tammy was our queen last week. Sharon, I'm affirming it for you, girl.
We did a sharing appointment with Melody. She's not saying anything, but
Oh, she's quiet. She's
No,
oh, okay.
oh, sorry, I got a new phone, so I'm learning how to use this new phone. And so I put the headphones in and then I lost the video. So then I was figuring out how to get back to the video.
Oh. Well, we are excited for you. So congratulations. Then you've done sharing appointments. So you're the queen of sharing.
Yay!
Yay. Anybody else do sharing appointments? We could have a double queen. We could have 3 times. Okay. It's going to get better, isn't it? And I think that everybody that's on target for Star Consultant, if you've done 600 wholesale or more since December 16th, then you're on target for Star. Who do we have? Karen, I think Karen's just about done, right? Yippee.
I am done.
Yes,
Woo.
yippee, yay, yippee, yippee. Mary Nims, you too. Yay. Who else? Katrina's got your 1,200 in, right? I think so, yeah. Angel Morrison is on target. I lost her for a minute, but she is. You're on target, right? Yay, congratulations to all of y'all. Landis, I think you're on target too. So we are going to move on because I would like to introduce you to our first speaker tonight. Is amazing. She is absolutely amazing, and we love her so much. And I have all of the notes here. Wait a minute. Okay, right here. So I would like to introduce you to the special director who has been in the Queen's Court of Sales. She's been in Mary Kay for 32 years and has been in the National Queen's Court of Sales between 20 and 25 times. After wearing carat diamond rings, and you get one for each Queen's Court of Sales, she just has lost track of them, right? Right? And she's been in the National Queen's Court of Sharing 6 times, earning the coveted bumblebees. Also, the biggie, the really biggie, is being in the triple star, which means her highest unit club has been over 400,000. Really close, getting close to 450. And when you do unit club and the National Queen's Court of Sales and the National Queen's Court of Sharing, then you are a triple star achiever. And so she has done triple star for 6 times, which is fabulous. And the most coveted honor, because you're voted by your peer directors and by the consultants and by the corporate staff, is the National Go Give. So Lisa Caltabiano was the National Go Give, and that was in the Sapphire division, wasn't it, Lisa?
yeah. Mhm.
In 2015?
14.
14. So we are so proud of her. She truly is Go Give. She truly knows how to share this business with people regardless of what comes back to her. She is an unconditional giver. She is a superstar in the Mary Kay world. And we congratulate all of you all for getting to hear Lisa Caltabiano. Woo!
Thank you, Faith. Thank you. And my goal tonight is to get all of you chatting it up. So, but before we get started, I want to share something with you that I want you to either get out your phone and take a screenshot, or I want you to, oh gosh, I hope it's up here. I thought it was. Okay, hold on. Might need to go back over here. Okay. Okay, ladies, take a screenshot of this calendar. Does this look familiar? That is the calendar from our Boss Babe Warrior Girl facial page. Guess what's going to happen on March 1st? Poof, it's going to go bye-bye, okay? Poof. So take advantage. Look at all these opportunities all this week. Today, Michelle Foley did a phenomenal skincare class. And if you missed on the Face Place last night, Michelle did an unbelievable, it's all about the base. In fact, I asked her to be a guest speaker for me on my customer group last night on the Face Place. So these are all opportunities for you to have your people just plug in and be facialed. I mean, honestly, they can join with or without samples. Don't get too hung up in the details of that. Don't get too hung up on, well, I don't have time to get the samples to her or this or that. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you what I'm telling my guests. I'm saying, listen, I'm going to put the samples in the mail to you. Post office hasn't been the most reliable lately, but tune in anyway, because then when your samples arrive, you'll know exactly what to do. So watch, and then when you get the samples, you'll know what to do with them. Because frankly, really, I mean, how it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out, use the cleanser to wash your face and use the day cream to put on your face. Okay. So it doesn't take a, it's not like they need the tutorial, but we want them to participate because we share our other products as well. So I did want to remind you that this week is the final week for the Boss Babe Warrior Girl page. Okay. So take advantage of that. So tonight, our theme is be brave, right? And it's all about overcoming your fears. Okay. And what do we all know that fear stands for? Who can tell me what a common acronym is for the word fear? Somebody unmute and tell us.
Face everything and I've heard two ones. Face everything, or F everything and run, or face everything and revive.
That's good. I love that. How about anybody
Thank
else?
you.
Anybody else have an acronym for fear?
False evidence appearing real.
That's one.
That's right, Debbie. I've heard that one a lot. False
Yep.
evidence appearing real. Okay, so as you know, during this whole Boss Babe Warrior Girl, we have been studying Joshua. So I'm going to read you the scripture that has to do with this week's theme. So in Joshua chapter 1, verse 6, be strong and brave, for you will be a successful leader of my people, and they shall conquer all the land I promised to their ancestors. You need only to be strong and courageous and to obey to the letter every law Moses gave you. For if you are careful to obey all of them, you will be successful in everything you do. You know what I hear when I hear that? And I want to hear what you hear. I hear trust the process, right? Trust the process. If you were to talk to Faith Gladding or PJ or myself or Darcy or any sales director or even beauty consultant or Beverly or Michelle or, Christine's a little baby in this business, so I'm not going to use her as an example. But all of us who've been in Mary Kay for like over a decade, you know what? It's all the same. It's book, sell, recruit, book, rebook, right? So there's not a whole lot different. We might be doing it a little bit differently virtually, but the foundations of what we do in Mary Kay really are the same. So what this message in Joshua tells me is to trust the process, trust the things that are in your consultant's guide to keep doing over and over again, right? So I want to share with you something that kind of goes with this. I shared this with the directors last week in our Voxer group, and I just thought it was phenomenal. And I have to, I heard it myself, but Julie Crucial, who's another Piro area sales director, had actually, at my request, had recorded it in a Voxer message for me so that I could share it with my unit. But Lene Tate, National Sales Director Lene Tate, is reading a book, and it's all on, it's a Bible study based on Moses. And it's a study of Moses. And this is really interesting. If you think about it, Moses is one of the characters in the Bible that just about everybody is familiar with, right? But what you might not know is some of the behind the scenes. Okay. So even Even our non-Christian friends are familiar with who Moses is, right? But what they may not know is that Moses gave God every excuse in the book, okay?
Mhm.
He gave God excuses as to why he did not want to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. First excuse, God, you got the wrong person. I'm not him. Trust me. God answers him, I am with you. The next excuse he says, God, I'm not ready yet. We don't have everything in place. All the ducks aren't in a row. God answers, I've given you the message at the right time. Just move, right? The next excuse Moses gives. But God, I might fail. What if this doesn't work? And then I have to share with you just as a little sidebar. Dawn Dunn, who has graciously adopted me into her unit, she posted a little GIF in her Voxer group, and it was so cute because it was a picture of a little boy's feet with an adult set of feet behind him. And this is what it says: when a child learns to walk and falls down 50 times, he never thinks to himself, maybe this isn't for me. Right? Okay, so what did Moses say? He goes, but I might fail. What if it doesn't work? God answers, I will show you my power. Then last excuse, Moses wasn't done giving the excuses, right? I really don't have the skills. I'm not gifted. And for those of you who know a little bit of the backstory, the story is that Moses had a speech impediment and that he told God, I'm not a good speaker. There's no way I can represent you to Pharaoh. God answers, I will teach you what to say. And then the last excuse Moses gives him, I just don't want to do this. Can't you send somebody else? And God is not pleased at that point. He sends Aaron and the battle rages. And through all of this, God reveals not who Moses is, but who he is. He reveals to Moses, you've got to pay attention to what I am. Okay. So let's relate this to our Mary Kay business. Don't we sometimes find ourselves saying very similar things? I'm not the right person for the job. I don't wear makeup. I don't know how to sell. I'm not ready. Let me go watch a few more Facebook videos. Let me get a little more educated. Okay. And I will tell you, my friend Julie Crucial, who shared this with me, she is famous for this. I can't tell you how many times I've heard this phrase come out of her mouth. We are overeducated and underperforming. Would you not agree? We need to watch one more video. Like we need a hole in the head, as my mother used to say. We
Right.
don't necessarily need, don't everybody go leave in mass exodus now when I say this. When I say we don't need another class, that's not what I mean. We do need community and we do need to sharpen our skills, but we don't necessarily need to hear to do the same things that we've always been hearing. So do we not question ourselves if we're going to fail? So we ask ourselves, will people agree to a booking? Will they agree to purchase our products or join our teams? And we focus on that instead of letting God work through us. Then we say, we don't have the scale. We don't have the skills. The only way we grow those skills, honestly, is just to do it, right? God is right there, teaching us along the way, showing us what to say and how to be. And we can't wait for someone else to do it for us in Mary Kay, right? We can't wait for them to do it for us in the Mary Kay world. We're the ones that have to actually pick up the phone and make the efforts. And so the next time you think of an excuse, think of Moses, all the excuses that he gave to God, right? So let's look at our lesson for this week, okay? And we're going to go through some of the questions, and I want you guys to be interactive with me and answer, okay? All right, so first question I want to ask you is, why is it important to be brave? Why do you think it's important to be brave? What's that going to do for you? Anybody? Melody, you're unmuted. You get to answer.
Okay. Yeah. So it gives us confidence in all things, not just in Mary Kay business, because if we're fearful in everything that we do in life, then we're going to miss out on what God has planned for us and what his creation he's can't think of the word, but
I know what you're saying.
the surroundings,
Yeah.
what, everything around us, if we're afraid to go, on a hike or, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes, yes. And it's so funny you mentioned the word hike because this morning I had the honor to listen to National Sales Director Cindy Fox. And something you just said reminded me of something that she shared with us this morning, thinking of COVID and the quarantine and the stay-at-home orders. She said, you can either look at your quarantine as a bunker or a greenhouse,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. So are you hunkering in? Let me just wait for it all to be over with. Let me just see how it all plays out. I'm just going to wait. Or are you going to grow within the quarantine? Are you going to grow within your circumstances, right? So that you're right on the money, Melody. How about anybody else? Anybody else want to say, why is it important to be brave? Let me ask you this. Let me put some legs on that. Oh, Karen is raising her hand. Karen, can you say what's on your mind?
Well, it's also that we're an example for others because we don't know who's watching.
That's exactly it. Oh my gosh, you were reading my mind because it will inspire others, right? Because think of it this way. How many times, I want you to think back to when you were a teenager and you went up a high dive or the highest, or when you were a kid. And didn't it take the first one to jump? And then you go, all right, well, they survived. They came out of the water. It's okay. All right. Don't we do that? We watch to see, let me see. Okay, they did it. All right, I'm brave enough to do it. And then what happens after more and more people do it? Then it gives us the courage to go ahead and take the leap ourselves. Okay. So how does it make you feel so we know what it will do when we are personally brave, how it will affect the people around us. How will it make you feel when you see someone else being brave? What's that going to do?
Empowering.
Is that Marcy?
Empowered.
I hear words and I can't see lips moving, so I know somebody is saying it. You're feeling empowered. Okay. So it
Yes,
makes
ma'am.
you feel empowered when you see someone else feeling brave. Why is that? Because it's like, she can do it, I can do it.
If they can do it, I can do it.
Perfect. So let's segue that to your business. What do you fear the most in your business? What are the things that we're most afraid of? Anybody?
I'll go. I think it's being, for me, it's being successful and giving up my downtime, right? My quiet time and maybe not belonging anymore. And
Okay.
and maybe even being judged by those around, right? Not this group, of course, but just other people, like, because you're I think the next page actually had something that I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly it. Like if I book a party now, I have to do it.
Right? I know we were
Like,
talking
I actually
about
have
that
to
earlier,
work.
right? But what if she says yes?
Yeah, like, okay, then now I got to
Now
train
what?
the person. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I got to do this, or as simply like, oh my God, now I've got to package the products to ship. It could be as simple as even that, right?
Yeah. I think, there's a fine line between, people say, oh, well, that's a good problem to have, right? Too many bookings that you're scared to hold them, right? But that's a real fear. And that phrase, I always say cliches become cliches because there's some truth to them. Okay. I've always felt that way. So when someone says there's a fear of success, I've always felt that if that phrase came about, then that's a real thing. And I do believe that, please hop in here and tell me what you're thinking about that. So has anybody felt like that? Like, well, what if she says yes? And will I? Because I can tell you, because I'm going to be a little transparent here. Okay. So I can tell you, as I've moved up the career path in Mary Kay, some of the things that have held me back from moving further is, well, what if I get to that position and I can't live up to it? Okay. Or I can't maintain it. Okay. Has anybody felt that way? Like what if I actually became Marcy? Tell us what you're thinking.
I want to be a director, but there's a part of me that's going, I don't know if you can actually do that. because of, and let's look back in your past and I can name all these different things. That's what Satan is saying to me.
Mhm.
You can't be a director because you didn't do this, you didn't do that, or you did this and it bombed.
Mhm.
So that's yeah,
Mhm. Why
I
is it? And
totally
I
get
think,
it.
boy, as women, we really want to judge our future on our past way too much, don't we? Right? You know, you've probably heard the saying that the reason the rear view mirror in a car is smaller than the windshield is for a reason, right? Because we should be looking forward more than we're looking behind us.
Right.
I mean, those are all cutesy little sayings to kind of just remind us. But yeah, I completely understand that though. I can relate to that. And you know, I remember when I was in director training week and I had the privilege and honor of having Mary Kay Ash, our founder, at our director training week. And I remember her saying, you know, when she was coaching us on how to coach our unit members, she was saying, you know, it's like and I kind of remember this analogy of her saying walking around a building. It's like, let's say there's this amazing thing on the other side of the building and we go to one corner and we say, okay, we'll walk a little bit further and walk a little bit further. And it's like we pick up the skills and the belief and the faith as we get further along the path. And God equips us with what we need for that place that we are, right? You know, so I do believe that we grow into positions in Mary Kay. If you were to ask me 10 years ago, if I thought I would be capable to lead the team that I'm leading today, I'd say, heck no, there ain't no way. Don't give me those people to lead because I couldn't do it. But yet God grows us into those positions. So it's funny. Can anybody else relate to that? Who's moved up the career path where you go, I never thought I could be here, but now here I am. Or maybe you're in a different place, even professionally, even outside of Mary Kay. I know a lot of you work jobs outside of Mary Kay. Could you have ever, you know, and I always say that, you know, even when new consultants come into the company, I'll say, you're going to learn it as you go along. We have on the job training. So anybody want to comment to that at all? I see Nikki's not joining us with her face, but I see, Nikki, can you participate audio? Because I'm going to pick on you. She's not unmuting. She might be at work.
Here I am.
Oh, you are. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm driving home from work.
Are you? Okay. So you don't have to get on with your
yeah.
face because don't you keep your eyes on the road. But Nikki's a good one for me to pick on because Nikki's a neonatal nurse practitioner in the neonatal unit at Baltimore in a hospital in Baltimore. So I know that she didn't get on the job first day and feel, I would imagine, 100% confident in what you're doing. Would you? So Nikki, could you address that at all? Like what would you say about that? Like when you came out of school, did you, like feel confident to start picking up those 1.5 pound babies and start doing what you do with them?
No, I tell you, my job has been a journey. And, when I was first a newbie nurse and I was young and fresh out the gate, I was so excited and wanted to learn everything. And so when it was time to take the next step, of course, I was very fearful. And then I was looking around like, are my colleagues who I've been working at the bedside going to respect me? Now as a practitioner, some of them had been working there for 20 years. And here I am, 3 years out the gate telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to go? They're the people that raised me. So it's like telling your mom, what to do now.
Right, right. Exactly.
So yeah, it was definitely a journey. And,
yeah. It is. And,
and
everybody's on different,
too.
Everybody's at a different place on the journey. I think about young little whippersnapper, Jamie Taylor, who's going to become a national sales director next year. Okay. The girl's not even 30 years old yet. Is she, Faith? I don't even think, but it's, she caught the vision and she learned the skills and she did what she needed to do. Be very easy for me, as I'm getting ready to be double nickels in May, for me to say, what's wrong with me? To say, why haven't I achieved that? So we all have to be on our own path and our own journey, but we get brave along the way. And, God equips us, and you're right where he wants you to be. You are exactly where he wants you to be, to learn the lessons that he wants you to learn, and to have the people in your path that he needs you to bless. So I know last week PJ started talking about affirmations, and I'm sure all of you have been working on them this week, right? I'll be honest with you. I have to tell you something real quick about my affirmation. I'm going to turn it back over to Faith, because she's going to explore the affirmations a little bit more with you. But I had decided that, and I had heard people do this before, but I decided I wanted to put my affirmations in the form of a prayer. So now I literally have a piece of paper. It's a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that's laminated, that I keep on my bedside. And my morning affirmation is different than my evening affirmation, because it's my morning prayer and it's my evening prayer. And it's, Lord, thank you for giving me the physical strength to rise from bed and face the day. Thank you for the mental strength to think clearly today. Thank you for the spiritual strength to, face the enemy. And, I am, and it's all throughout my prayer, and I remember I carry it with me every time I travel. And I remember I left it in a hotel in Baltimore about a month and a half ago, when Nella and I went overnight for our anniversary, and I tracked that darn piece of paper down. And can I tell you, the hotel clerk, he finally found it for me, but because of COVID, I didn't go back up to get it. He took a picture of it and sent it to me. And then I re-laminated it so I could have it, so he said, "Oh, was it a prayer?" I said, "Yes, it's really important to me." You'd think I'd have the darn thing on my computer, but I didn't. I printed it out and then, I don't know, got rid of it. But, it's just so ingrained. It's so ingrained in me now. So I would encourage you to take your affirmation and make it part of you, so that you could almost regurgitate it to us like PJ does, right? Like, and like when Gloria Mayfield Banks gets up on stage, we all can say her affirmation with her, because we've heard her say it so much, right? So with that, I'm gonna Faith, I don't know if I was supposed to do any more, but I'm gonna turn it over to Faith, because Faith's gonna spend some time on affirmations and continue with our lesson. But was there anything else of everything we talked about, being brave and what it means and looks like in your business?
You did good. You did so good. Lisa Caltabiano. Woohoo! And I was just reading some of the comments here. I think it's so wonderful. Susie said,
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
no, it's okay. Susie said, fear is face everything and rise. Isn't that good? I knew that. Face everything and rise. Overeducated and underperforming. She was affirming that, what you had said. And then Debbie Pitt, Mary said, you leave your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy said, my mom always said I have a tenacious spirit. And I thought, what are the affirmations that we're telling our children? The things that we're told, abusive spouses will say negative things. Parents who said, we can get over those things. We don't have to carry those burdens with us forever. But there's a real genuine concern about the things that we tell ourselves. Years ago, I took a class from the Pacific Institutes, and it was always about when we catch, I think I talked about this one night, when we catch our kids doing something that isn't the way you would want them to do it, instead of saying, oh my gosh, this room is a mess, what are you doing, a messy room? It would be, instead of, oh my gosh, Darren, this isn't like you. You're always so tidy and neat. And so, those kinds of things. Debbie Pittman said, you're empowered to step out when you're brave, you're to step out in faith. I think that's what you were responding to. Anyway, being brave is contagious. It is. The good things around us, we catch them. And Mary Kay always said, what is caught is much more important than what's taught. I think that might be biblical. Is it Debbie Pittman? What is that in Proverb? What is taught is much better than what is caught is much more important than what is taught. I think I just made it up. We need to win. Anyway, my big thing is affirmations. I have my affirmations as passwords. I have them in everything. $1 Million Director is in everything. The company sent us this little board, and I put million on it, so I'm looking at it all the time. You guys, you can't undermine that. And we directors were talking about that before we had you join us. It's, here we go. Karen said, I just read to say to somebody, I bet you're so proud of yourself instead of I'm so proud of you. That's good, Karen. That's good. Yes. But, we were talking about people don't feel authentic when they do affirmations. They don't feel like they're being true to themselves because they feel like they're lying about themselves when they say things like, these are my favorite affirmations. I'm so hot, I sizzle. I run with the best. I go where others dare not go. And when we catch ourselves and then we say, no, I don't. I'm like behind the whole group, but it's a lie. The other things that we're telling ourselves, we do go where others dare not go in different areas of our lives. And so if you're going to lie to yourself, why don't you lie with something that's more positive, right? Because it's not really a lie. It's just professing. If I'm going to say, well, I might as well not eat that. I might as well just plaster it right on my hips. Or if I had gone into chemo saying, I'm not going to be able to stand it. I can't stand it. I know it's going to hurt me. I couldn't do that. I had to affirm that I was rebuking any negative stuff in the name of Jesus. And so you guys, it is what we think about. It is what we think about, we bring about. So what do you choose to think about? What do you choose to say? Mary Nims is the only one last week that shared her affirmations. I'm going to tell you, these are my affirmations. I'm a woman. I am so hot that I sizzle. I run with the best. I go where others dare not go. I have the nerve to succeed. I am a woman on a mission with a passion and a vision. Today, my goal is 5 new bookings. I am the most powerful, committed, rich, courageous woman I know. I love changing lives. I have the ability to improve others. I deserve it all. I am future focused, momentum building. You see, my point is you can't get on the phone and be a big poop head if you just told yourself how courageous you are. It's impossible. It's impossible. And when you read the Bible, it's constantly affirmations. And so my favorite one is what Lisa Bevere said, women, it's time to awaken. God did not save you to tame you. Awaken to a life of fierce passion. Awaken to dangerous prayer, stunning power, and teamed purpose. Awaken. Your response could very well change your world. And so what if we turn those words into affirmations? It's time to awaken. God saved me not to tame me. I am awakened to dangerous prayer, stunning power. Everything that we say, we can make it into an affirmation. And so that's what Leah Lachlan did. And I know, Christine, you all have each of these. We sent these out to all of you the first 2 weeks, the affirmations. But this is my favorite. I am walking courageously in the face of fear. It doesn't say to be fearless. It's not important to be fearless as much as it is to walk courageously even. And that's what the pandemic has done. It has taught us to do hard things well. And so I walk courageously in the face of fear. I am a new creation. I'm a child of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I am unapologetic. I am living in greatness every day. I am joy-filled. I am positive because I speak only positive. I'm believing in my goal of what? What is your goal? I want you to think about what is your goal for 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. What is your goal? Share right now. Anybody? Anybody have secrets but down under here? Let's go to the chats and see. Karen, you're getting lots of affirmations. Shares affirmation. I'm older than fire and twice as hot.
I love that.
Isn't that great? Oh my gosh. So I just read this. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Does anybody have a goal? Is this just a group of goalless people right here? I don't believe that.
One of my near goals is Star Consultant.
What is it?
And my nearest goal is Star Consultant.
Great. So then thank you, Katrina. So how much more do you have to do for that?
I believe I'm 300 and some odd dollars away.
Okay, good. All right. So what we need to do when we set a goal is that we need to back it up. We need to back it up. So if we're 300 and some dollars away, then that means we want to sell at least 600. So what does it take based on your who you are, and what does it take for you to sell $600? How many people do you need to see for that?
You're asking me specifically?
You and
Oh,
anybody
okay.
else would like to chime in. Yes, Katrina, but based on your record, how many people would you have to see to sell that?
Well, it all depends because I have some customers that place like really big orders and I know that they're set for now. So I have to look and see who's left and to contact those people. I don't care if it's 10 people, it may be 5, but you know.
Okay, and new people, like every time you do a
Yes.
new person, what is your average, your sales average usually?
If they get skincare, sales are better, but a lot of people now are getting color and stuff from me. I sold so many red lipsticks for Valentine's Day.
You do so well with that. And you sold all those little mini compacts.
I did.
Yeah. Who else? Who else? What is your average on your people that you see? What's your average? Okay.
I average about 75.
Okay, that's great. So if your goal was to sell 600, then you'd have to probably see about 8 or 9 people, right? And so that's why we have this Boss Babe Warrior Girl facials. That's why we have that. So that everybody, I mean, it's really interesting when you think about how easily and attainable that is, right? So today my goal is, and I believe I deserve it, and I'm committed to it. I'm experiencing a new pattern of success. I am walking, talking, living, breathing miracle. Yesterday at the Field of Power, we had Field of Power this weekend, and one of the directors got her car in 50 days, and she became a director in less than 90 days from the time she came into the company. And now she's on target for 400,000 this year. And she got her Cadillac Plus already. So she got 3 or 4 cars within that short 6 or 7 months. So it's just how big can your mind see? And I'm just like, Lisa, what are we afraid of? Being brave is not being unafraid, but it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. It's learning to walk courageously in the face of fear. So let's get back to our questions. Okay, what do any of you have been working on an affirmation that you'd like to share? I don't care if it's not even yours, if it's just somebody else's that you're copying. Landis just said her goal is to do 30-day goal is to be a star. That's Melody. 30-day goal is to get 15 bookings. Is that to hold 15 bookings in 30 days or to get them? You said your 30-day goal is to get 15 bookings. Is that to hold them in this next month of March?
Well, I'm thinking of the Facebook Live party. So we need at least like 2 weeks, to mail. So hopefully hold, but book the rest. It kind of depends on the mail too.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, just say it. Just say it. I am a leading booking machine and I'm attracting people everywhere I go. And I've got my 15 bookings and they're getting 3 to 5 people in each one. So we just say it, spit it out, right? That's good. I know you're going to do it. We didn't do our facial count up yet, but I know Landis has, by tomorrow night, 18, you said?
Yeah, tomorrow night will be 18. So
it'll be 18 because she's got a big virtual party tomorrow night. Who else has been doing their facials? Who else has been booking? Tammy said she's got 8. She told me earlier she has 8. Karen Colby has 10 since January and February. So look at that, because if y'all invited people every day this week, you would feel so brave. It's like, so that's what Lisa was saying. Do I fear the process more or the result? What do we fear? Do we fear the process of getting on the phone and fearing rejection, Or do we fear, oh no, I'm gonna have to do it, I'm so tired? What do you think?
I see the rejection more than the doing it for me.
It's the what?
The rejection, not the doing it. The doing it's fun for me is the rejection part.
That's a big
For me.
thing. Yeah, that's a real, anybody else experiencing that? Anybody else ever have that fear of rejection? Well, you know, when we know to expect it, we know that we're going to have people say no to us. So when we know to expect it, then it's not that big of a deal. We can say, okay, as long as this one said no, but then the next one is yes. So, and the cards, you know, we always talk about the cards. Oh, I thought I had a deck of cards here. I don't. You know, we talk about the deck of cards, and when you flip over, if a deck of cards is
52.
52, right? Okay, so of that, there are 4. Each suit has 4 kings and queens and aces and jacks, right? So if you keep flipping those cards over, eventually, if the kings and the queens and the jacks are the bookings, if you keep flipping those, eventually they're going to play. Yeah, I mean, do we really get that much rejection in this company? Do we get that many no's? Okay, Rena Tarbett used to teach this. She would say, if I'm talking to lots of people and I'm not getting bookings, then we need to look at what we're saying. If we're talking to lots of people and we're getting lots of bookings, but they're not holding, then we need to look at how we're coaching. This is her tracking. If we're talking to lots of people about appointments, like inviting lots of people for the Boss Babe facial group, if we're talking to lots of people, we're not getting any answers, we're getting lots of bookings, but they're not holding, then we need to look at coaching. And if we're talking to lots of people, we're booking a lot of appointments, they're holding, but we're not selling anything, then we need to look at our close. So that is our best tracking sheet. So if we're talking to a ton of people and we're not getting good results, then it's something that we're saying. Okay, and that's where the affirmations come in. If we call people and we're not getting a lot of good response, then we're saying the wrong words. It doesn't mean we're not any good. It just simply means that the words that we're saying aren't the best, and probably affirmation that we're saying isn't the best. So if I say I'm a lean, mean booking machine and everybody is attracted to me because they have such a good time, because they realize that sometimes what we're doing is so much fun that they had no idea. So if I'm saying those kinds of affirmations to myself, then it's going to be really hard for people to say no to me. Does that make sense to anybody? Okay, so when I'm brave and booking, what does that look like? That's her question. When I'm brave and booking, what does that look like?
So I
You're
think,
booking a lot.
yeah, there you go. And you're achieving your goals, because that's where everything starts.
Yes.
Yes, Marcy, is that what you said?
Yes.
No, that's exactly right.
Yes.
Mary Kay said nothing happens until somebody sells something. We can't sell it unless we have a booking, right?
Right.
Essentially. All right. What else does it look like? Who else wants to add to what Marcy said?
It's booking and holding your parties.
Parties, it's fun, isn't it?
Mhm.
Good. You're so cute over there. Who else? What does it mean? We're booking and holding.
Booking and holding also helps you to see your goals.
Mm-hmm. So if we want to sell a certain amount, then we're going to back it up. We want to finish our 1,800. We need to sell 3,600. How many people? If we average 100 people, $100 a person, then 36 faces. That's all. And I can vouch for the fact, Melody, how many people did you have on one of the calls that night, on one of the Facebook facials?
I think 4.
I think you have 4. So if we all, congratulations, if we all had 4, Sharon had 2 the other night on one. What if we did that every day? What if we all had 10 by the end of the week? How crazy would that be? At $100 a person? I mean, we'll sell it for you. We can sell it. We're doing the closing. $1,000 this week. What would that do for you and your family? $500 you get to keep. $500 you get to order with it. What would that do? What does that look like to you? Am I yelling? I'm yelling. I don't know. I want to tell you how important it is to work. When you can't work, and then you can, that's what it's about. When we're given this business on a silver platter, that's what it's about. Go ahead. Somebody said something. Hello. Hello. What does $500 in your pocket look like? What are you gonna do with it? Sharon, what are you gonna do with it?
Pay some bills.
Okay, that's a good why. That's a good why. When our why is, when we're focused on our why and we're focused on our who, then the how doesn't matter. But like Lisa was saying, the question isn't can I, the question is how can I? It's not can you become a director? Of course you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. It's not that hard. It's really not. Okay, when I'm brave in setting goals, what does that look like?
A sea of red.
What?
A sea of red.
A sea of red, absolutely. Red jackets and building teams of red jackets, right? Good for you.
Yes.
Anybody else? What, Landis?
I'm referring to myself, but brave in goal settings to me means, I just lost the thought. Is setting yourself up for success. Like when you have good goals and you're setting your good goals, you're setting yourself up, and then you have something to push forward.
Yeah, so. That's good. In the book, excuse me, Your Life is Waiting by Lynn Grabhorn, she talks about that we have a tendency, what if we earn the car and then what if we don't keep it? What if we have 10 bookings and we don't sell anything? What if we book 10 people and only 5 hold? Well, that's not a problem, is it? 5 is good. 5 is better than none, right? So she talks about that. Why do we focus on that negative thing? So when you're setting goals, that's a positive thing that you're stepping into and you're affirming it and claiming it. Yeah? I really feel like I'm preaching here because I am. But I wanted each of the directors. Did you all work on your? Did you work on your assessment this week? Did you look at it when we sent that out? The assessment, comparing it now to comparing it in the beginning. Do you remember? It's the assessment, whether you feel any confident in any of those areas. This is the assessment. And so if you're feeling more confident, here's the original one I had written. So if you're feeling more confident, you have a feeling that you can do something. You know that you can do it. If you're disciplined, it means staying in action. If you're bold, you're an energy giver. You're taking risks. You're confident and courageous. If you're active, you're inspired by a goal, just like Landis said. And if you're brave, you endure in the face of unpleasantness. You just are willing to do whatever it takes. It's being ornery. It's getting feisty. It's getting mad. It's getting determined. When somebody tells you to do something on the job that you don't want to do, you have to do it. There it is. Thank you, Lisa. So a confidence is trusting that you know and can do something. Disciplined is doing it, going into action and doing it. Being bold, right? Positive thoughts bring positive results. Yes, Gwen. So why don't we choose to be positive? Why do we build everybody else up and then we talk trash to ourselves? We would never let anybody talk to us the way we talk to ourselves. We would never, thank you, and being active, I would not tolerate somebody saying to me, what makes you think you can do that? And yet we say those kinds of things to ourselves all of the time, right? So I'd like to, anybody else have anything they want to say about that before we wrap up tonight? There's so many things to talk about. Lisa, did we cover everything? I feel like I was preaching rather than Karen, did you want to say something?
I think we covered everything, but did you do the face counter?
No. Well, kind of. Let's do it. All right, everybody in January and February who's done, I did actually. I kind of, if you've done 5 faces, wave and cheer.
Yay.
Marcy's done 5, yay, 5 or more. Karen is cheering, Mary's cheering. Tammy, are you cheering, Tammy? Yay, Sharon Collins has. If you've done 10 or more, woohoo! Remain cheering. Karen has, yes, Karen. Landis has done her 10 now. And tomorrow she's got 8 people coming to a virtual.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes, yay. All right, who else? I know Nancy Weddington's done 16, but she's not here tonight. I even texted her. Who else? Do we have 15 or more? Okay, so it looks like it's a tie so far with Karen and Landis.
Y'all can knock this out this week.
I know, say it. I know. So I'm doing tomorrow night at 7, and then Christine is doing Wednesday. Christine, are you doing Wednesday?
Y'all need me to pull that back up?
The calendar said Christine.
Does it?
Yes, I'm doing Wednesday. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Christine,
I'm doing,
Christine.
yes, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Beverly's doing Thursday, and Michelle's doing. And pray for Michelle. She had to get off tonight. She was sick, so pray for her. And she has been fierce on Face Place and the Boss Babe Warrior. She's been doing so many. So she's doing Friday night. I would like to do Saturday and help you all finish. And get and reach your goals. It's just so important. Thank you, Lisa, for posting that. It's just so important. We just want to be there for you. This success in this business is we've been handed it on a silver platter. We really have. And it's an amazing, phenomenal company. And I really want everyone to experience that. So I'll be willing to do one on Saturday morning. If y'all want me to do that, I will. If you think you can bring some people. We're just doing the miracle strip and the mask for the basics. Okay. So if one of us,
You want to do a quick poll? Who would get some people on Saturday if Faith did a Saturday morning?
I want to see if anybody needs it before I say it. If I can get them in through this week, then I will, but.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if they don't have the product. I mean,
Right.
it's better.
No,
I did a huge big party the other night and have another one Thursday night and have another big one next week. And so I got the samples to them, but 4 of them didn't get them. So we only had 4 people with samples. The others watched, and now they're going back to watch me so that they can do them. But it's a lot of sales and a lot of hostess. You guys, I don't have anything, and I've got a lot less than a lot of you. So I don't have anything. So I'm just ornery. I just want to get it all done before I wind up in the nursing home. Do you understand that? So it's like there's so much to do. There's so much to do. And there's like, and I want everybody to have that same sense of urgency, and I'm not feeling it.
Can I say something, please?
Please.
I kind of have that, I have had that urgency. I have that urgency, just in the past week since we met before, I've had this issue that happened to me. But, I've had the urgency once I actually conquered. I got over, my phone issue, and thanks to Christine, bless your heart, I love you, darling. And, I actually got on the phone, and I spent I would say maybe 3 hours, and I did 45 voice texts to 45, some, people that I knew, some that I, had not met or whatever. And, I didn't get discouraged, but as you know, just in this past week, I've only had 3 people. And, my determination was to, do at least that many more. And then this happened to me. So, I'm still determined because I had an issue with the telephone. I just don't like the telephone. That's just an issue. And I got over that. And I reached out to Christine and I got help with it, and it worked. But the follow-up is, something that I'm not good at yet. So,
Stop it. Stop it.
In my affirmation, I've got it in my affirmation.
Oh, you got to have it come out of your mouth. Have it kind of come out of your mouth. You have got to say, I am good at that. I love the phone. You can't say I'm not good at something, or you won't be.
I wasn't. That's when I did 45 calls in 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, just be positive. Just be positive. You wouldn't want me to say that to you, so don't you say it. You wouldn't want me to hurt you. Say, Sharon, you're just not any good at that, so you just might as well hang it up. It's okay for you to say it to you, but I can't. You see, it's those things that we tell ourselves in the whispers, in the quiet when we get on the phone. So I'm proud of you, girl. You're doing things you weren't doing before, but I'm proud of you. So I wouldn't talk trash to you, not at all. Okay?
I'll stop talking trash to myself too.
Okay, stop it. That's good. You did. That's great. Okay, the directors, did you want to close out with a couple words?
I definitely do. I just think this is absolutely amazing that we have in front of us this group of really focused consultants and directors, but consultants who want more. And I know that you need to trust the process, like Lisa was talking about earlier. And I do not agree that we are overeducated. I think there is infinite, possibilities in education. And the more that you get and the more that you hear over and over again, the more you retain and the stronger you are in that field. And of course, we're talking about our Mary Kay businesses, either team building or selling, or just being there for our customers, not even selling. Sometimes that's all they need, is they need your voice saying hi and having that contact. So I think we probably have more choices of education now virtually than we ever did a year ago. Really, we had our unit meetings and we had get-togethers, but to be able to do something like this, I can't imagine this a year ago, having this type of thing where people could actually from all over attend every week and get some of this education and some of this expertise from the directors that are sharing, and from the consultants that are sharing your goals, like Melody and her Star Team Builder, and sales goals, and all of the other things that you're doing. I'm just blown away. I really am. So kudos to you all.
That's great, Darcy. Thank you. Anybody else? PJ, Beverly?
Well, this is an amazing, wonderful, dynamic experience because all of you beautiful ladies, you are here by divine appointment. God always puts you where you need to be to grow in your spirit, grow in yourself, and to give back. We're here for service. And Mary Kay is the most perfect place to be to serve him. It just opens up all kinds of doors to meet people. So when you think about affirmations and who you be, think about your relationship to the Lord, because he loves you no matter what happens, right? You're number one for him. He loves you no matter what happens. My thought is take God as your business partner. Always keep him on your shoulder, in your heart, always in everything you do, because that's how you're going to succeed. And then all those negative things, they go by the board. Jesus is love. Love is what it's all about. Love is giving. Love is serving. Love is being who you are and reaching out to everybody else with that love that you have for them. Because you know what you do? You spread that love to them. It's the pink bubble you want. Mary Kay said we want everybody in this pink bubble in the whole world. Well, God's in there. He's in there. He loved Mary Kay. I really believe that Mary Kay could never have done what she did if God wasn't supporting her. Absolutely not. I mean, it's not just Mary Kay. She puts her pantyhose on the same way you do, right? If you wear them, or socks, or whatever you wear. But so it doesn't matter. It matters who you are and how you are with other people, the relationships we develop in this business. No fear. You don't have to fear that. Just go say hello. If you're really worried about that, drive down the street at a stop sign, turn to somebody else and wave and smile. I'll bet you they smile back. They love you too. They don't know it, but they love you too. We're all in this together, right? We're all people in this together. And you have so much to offer, and the products that we have to offer, and the skills that you're getting from everybody around you, your colleagues, us, everybody in the whole company. The company's amazing. Nobody has this but us. So my thought is take God as your business partner and run while you pray. Run while you do everything you do, because you can do this. With you have that and an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude is so important. Be thankful. Be very thankful. This is a great book. It's called The 4-8 Principle by Tommy Newberry. Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. And he focused on that because it's really getting you to focus on the good, positive, wonderful person that you are, the good things that you are about you. There are 5 questions you should ask yourself every day, at least once. You can ask yourself morning and night. He says do it in the morning or night. The first is, what are the 5 things I'm most thankful for right now? The 5 things I'm most thankful for right now. Your health, weather, the Lord, your salvation. I don't know what it is, but that. The second one is, what are 5 of my strengths or my positive traits? We're talking about me, you, everybody, right? You're focusing on you and the good stuff. Okay, that's the second question. The third is, what are 5 of my best achievements so far? I booked a class. I lost 30 pounds. I got married. I got divorced. I mean, whatever you want to say. It's an achievement. You're focusing on you, what you're doing. The fourth one is, what are the 5 people who love me the most? Not the 5 people I love, but the 5 people who love me the most. Your children, your husband, your grandmother, your pastor, your whoever, Jesus, it's that. So, and then the last one is, what 5 things am I looking forward to in the next 7 days? What 5 things am I looking forward to in the next 7 days? It's all about you and your life and all the blessings you have in your life. When you start focusing on those blessings and you say thank you to the good Lord for giving all those blessings, how can you possibly be fearful? Faith and fear don't work together. It just doesn't work that way. Faith replaces fear. I made up something here. Fear is the father of failure. When you have faith and focus, your fear will fade forever. I like alliteration. But see, that's the whole point. When you have faith in what you're doing and taking the Lord as your business partner, nothing is impossible. Trust me, if I can sell this product, you can sell this product. I'm a lawyer, for crying out loud. I didn't know how to put my lipstick on when I joined. It doesn't matter. As Lisa said before, and as Faith also said, God equips the called. He doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called.
That's right.
And he called you. So you're in it. So I love you. And I'm so glad you're doing this. God bless you. You can do anything. I love you. I can't wait to hear more.
Beth, did you want to share, or Christine?
Yeah, I did. I think when I was kind of going back over this, I was just thinking about how, especially tonight, like, why do we fear? And so time, and especially over the past year, one of the reasons that we fear is because we feel like we're alone, and we have this, like, and of course, like we've said before, Satan is like saying, oh, you're all by yourself, you're alone. And I think it's so important we talked about earlier about Moses, and we could go on and on with all these different people who were in the Bible who failed, or who God still used them. And I think it's so important to realize that we're just one of the people we do fail, and Mary Kay always said you fail forward to success, right? And so I think it's so important to know, like, we're not alone. And I don't know if I can't remember if we've talked about Elijah, but Elijah was like the leader who, like, he prayed for fire. Went before all these priests who were like Baal worshipers. I can't remember. I think it was Baal anyway, not God. And he asked for fire to come down from God, and God brought fire. It was literally, there was water. There was no reason for there to be fire except God. And he left there, and then he ran, and he got scared, and he thought he was alone. And later on, you find out that God tells him, I think it was like 7,000. God says, no, there's like maybe it was 70. Anyway, a bunch of thousands. Anyway, of people that are believers. And I think what happens is that we start, like, in our brain, we think we're by ourselves, but we're not. And I think this group, that as we've come together, we realize that we're together, we're here for each other. But even more than that, God is here with us, and he is real, and he's alive. And I'm going to get sorry, but he is so real. And in the verse that talks about be strong and brave, for you will be a successful leader of my people, and they shall conquer all the land I promised their ancestors. And he doesn't leave it at that. He says, you need only be strong and courageous, and to obey the letter every law Moses gave to you. And so he doesn't just leave us out there. He gives us his word. He gives us himself. He gives us his Holy Spirit. And so we're not like out here by ourselves. You know, number one, we have God and we have the Holy Spirit, but we have us. We have each other. We don't always see each other, but we're like cheering each other on. And I think it's so important that we know that and realize that, and that God never, ever leaves us. No matter if everybody else is gone, he's with us, and he'll give us the skills, and he'll give us what we need to go forward in victory. And victory may not always be what we think it is. It may be something different, but we have to go in the victory that he gives us and go forward in that, and trust that he's going to take us through, and he's going to show us the way. And like, we did not expect virtual. We did not expect that. But think about the victories that God gave us. We weren't willing to go virtual without having faith. Well, I mean, I wasn't. I don't know about you, but I would have never stepped out in faith and done this, except that I had to make a choice of either I'm going to go forward or I'm going to stay where I'm at. And so I'm going to do virtual. And so God showed me in me that he was going to be with me, and that I may not know what Jane Doe or whoever is doing, but he'll teach me what I need for my path, and so that I can work with my customers and my consultants. And so I just want to tell y'all, you know, being brave is not going without fear. Being brave is knowing that you have God by your side. He's walking in front of you and all around you and with you, and his Holy Spirit will guide you through the way to do the things that you have to do, even when you don't feel he's there.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, Sister Beverly. It's true. And when we talk bad about ourselves, we're talking bad about God, because he designed us and he created us, right? So, Bev, that's so good. Thank you. Who else? Christine? Who else? Did I miss anybody else? Darcy and PJ and Christine.
Mind sharing just for a minute. First of all these amazing directors, I learn from every single day. Every time I hear something from y'all, it blows my mind. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I never thought about it that way. But so consultants, really open your ears and open your eyes and open your heart to things that your directors are sharing with you. And Faith, oh my goodness, you are not preaching. You are one of the most passionate people I know in this business, that wants only the best for every single person on this call and anybody out there that's coming. So it is definitely not preaching. And if any of you felt that, I guarantee you that's not what she meant. But she has such a passion and a fire for Mary Kay and you individually succeeding. And I really believe, honestly, every single director on here wants nothing but the absolute best for you. Every moment that you step out in faith, fearful or not, every time you step out and you make that move forward, you are winning. You are learning and getting better. Y'all, I go all the time and go, woo, I messed that one up. Let me fix that. That's just part of life. We don't just throw our hands up and stop. And you're going to get, like they've talked about, you're going to get no's. All those phone calls you made, Sharon, you got 3. And when most of the time the average is usually like what, 1 out of 10? Sometimes when we reach, and sometimes people just don't see it. And I want everybody on here that has not spoken, we see you. We see you. You are here every week, ready and going. It is your turn. It is your turn to make a difference and go get what you want out of this. God's with you. We're there with you. If anybody can do, if I can do this, you guys can do this. Just go do it and believe. Believe, 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 because you can do it. You've got all of our support. We love y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Lisa, did you want to say anything before we wrap?